Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Clubs Are Going Broke Since Men Left. Let's get right into it.
If you think being a bottle girl is fun, I'm here to tell you it's fucking not. Today, I go in for my shift. It's a regular Friday. I get a section, and it's all fucking girls. That's the first red flag. Don't get me wrong, I'm all here for women. I am. But in the club scene, it's a different fucking story. They already put money down for a bottle. I'm like, okay, cool. I sit them down. You guys want food? You guys want anything to drink at the moment? I give them waters with lemon. I'm taking care of them at this point. As I'm bringing out food and drinks and all that, I begin to realize these bitches are drunk off their fucking ass. Second red flag. So they're about to pay for their bottle at this point. It took them forever just to pay for their bottle. They started complaining about the fucking price because the birthday girl was confused. She's over here showing me text messages, stuff like that, like I was texting her. Girl, I do not have your number. I was not texting you at all. I did not book the section for you. She's showing me that she put 200 down, but I have to go in the messages and show her that you only put 100 down. My manager only took 100 off the bottle. Now she's going back and forth with me, getting irritated. I'm like, her friends had to calm her down. Like, please get your friend. Get your friend. So once they explained to her, like, hey, we only put 100 down, like, this is the price that you're getting. Within the first round of shots, I kid you not, they started knocking everything over. Everything that was liquid was getting knocked the fuck over. At this point, the section wasn't even a section. It was a fucking pool party. There was fucking liquid, liquor, and water every fucking inch of that section. I was about to literally, like, rip my fucking hair out. By the end of the night, I'm cashing them out. There were broken shot glasses everywhere. Water everywhere. Couches up. To the point where they even moved to the section next to them. Like, who told you to do that? Who told you to do that? So now there's a mess on the section next to mine, and now I'm obligated to clean that. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And the best part of the whole entire fucking story, no fucking tip. So I literally did 3 times the work for nothing.
Damn! Now she knows this is like to be a man. This is what we got to deal with. And this is why we're not going to clubs anymore. I'm telling you, like, the clubs are crazy, okay? Look, there's women there, they're messy, they're drunk, and they're arguing. It's not a place that men want to be. Now, it's funny to me because she said it was a red flag when she knew it was all girls, which lets me and you both know that if it was all guys, it'd have been a green flag, okay? Because she knows we're gonna party, we're gonna drunk, we're gonna flirt a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And we're even gonna tip very well, right? And we're not gonna be knocking things over. This girl said it was like a pool party at the table because girls were knocking all the drinks over. So you probably gotta swim to their section. You know, it makes me understand why women say that the women's restroom is the dirtiest restroom, right? It's because, like, can you imagine swimming to the women's restroom, right? Tampons everywhere. It's crazy, right? And it's funny because they ruined one section and then moved to another. So she had to clean both. Sounds like a nightmare. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Riddle me this. Why are there so many single people out there that are supposedly looking for other single people, like-minded single people, and no one is finding each other? Like, I'm having a hard time understanding why I have so many baddie bachelorette friends and my husband has single guy friends that are eligible bachelors, and somehow no one is finding each other. Like, I'm just not understanding why. I'm just having a really hard time understanding, and it's not sitting well with my spirit, that there are like so many eligible people that are single walking around just being single, and all I hear is that there's no one out there. Like, everyone keeps saying on both sides, there's no one out there, no one is taking dating seriously, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I for a fact know that there are people out there taking it seriously. So, like, what is it? Also, if you know anyone that meets these criteria right here, send them my way. I have someone.
Christian, employed, 28 to 36 years old, 5'10" and up, on the East Coast preferably. Shout out, I'm in New Jersey, so I would qualify for this, except for I'm 37, so I guess I'm a little older than that. But yeah, I can tell you exactly why there's a lot of singleness going on right now. It's because women are difficult, incredibly difficult. They want so much and they offer so little. Their standards were very low when they were younger. They're most valuable. Now that they're like losing value, their standards are through the roof, right? They want to make sure they cash out And honestly, a lot of us men, we don't want to deal with it. We just don't want to deal with it, okay? I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Somebody asked me, what do I want for Christmas? And all I want for Christmas is for my soulmate to come and find me. Come and get me. Please, come pick me up. Because it's ghetto here and I'm ready for you, sir. I'm ready for you. I'm ready to spoil you. I'm ready to love you. I'm ready to take care of you and vice versa. That's what I want for Christmas. A husband.
You know, the problem with saying that you have a soulmate, you're really telling yourself there's a perfect person out there for you. And honestly, there's no perfect people. I mean, you're not perfect. I mean, if you did have a soulmate, then why would you lose your virginity to somebody else? Why would you have all these bodies that you racked up over the years just so when your soulmate gets you, you're leftovers? Right? Your sloppy seconds or thirds or fourths or however many bodies you possibly have. Now, this is a decently attractive woman, but a lot of women fall for this ideology that there's a perfect person out there waiting for them, and they're claiming it. My husband, my soulmate, as if there's a guy just roaming the earth waiting to find you. It doesn't work that way. If there's a desirable man out there, chances are he's already smashing another girl and he ain't thinking about you, okay? Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
This might ruffle a few of y'all feathers, but it's all right. Y'all be okay. So that a lot of women aren't really prepared to be a wife. And let me just go ahead and elaborate on that, okay? A lot of them want the ring. They want the house. They want the man's last name. They want all the things, right? They want to be my man, my man, my man, my man. But when you step out, are you really representing that man the way that you should? And I'm talking about like when you're out in the club and you know that there's other men hitting on you and you are enjoying that attention, are you okay with being like, you know what? No, like, let me go ahead and reevaluate the type of outings I'm going to go to, because I for sure did. When I realized that I really, really was like rocking with my man and we were going to make it official, I didn't mind leaving the club scene behind. Not that I didn't go back out to the club. Don't get me wrong. Me and my husband still was out together. You hear that? Together. I just was not out mingling with random people just because I wanted to go out and have a good time. Like, my good time consisted of going out on dates with my husband. My good time consisted on like finding.
She has a good point in that a lot of women are not ready to be wives. But the thing that I really honed on to what she said was that when you're out in the club and you're married and you're enjoying that attention, you're a woman, you're married, and you go out to clubs and you're enjoying attention from men. It's scary out here. Here's a wife admitting that when men hit on her, she enjoys it. Now we understand Ayesha Curry a little bit more. Ayesha Curry wants to get hit on so she can enjoy that attention. But that makes me just like cringe inside, because it makes you think that, well, if you're enjoying it, what else would you enjoy? You know, because sex is like the ultimate attention. You're giving girl a lot of attention. That's like the ultimate form of attention. So it makes you just things that make you say, right? Anyway, here's an example of a girl that's not a wife. And this is what we're talking about. This is why there's a single epidemic. Take a look.
The first thing you need to do in order to get money from men is to be bold enough to ask. You have to ask for what you want immediately. And I don't mean in an aggressive way that you seem like you're for hire, but I do mean in a way that this is what you get with me. This is the standard. When you work a job or even interview, what is the pay is something that absolutely needs to be discussed in order for you to be in agreement. You sign up for how you're going to get paid, how often you're going to get paid, the pathway to make more money for promotion. When you are in a relationship, those are the type of conversations that you need to have up front. We need him to walk you through it, not in the way that you normally have him, but in the way of your future, your finances. You don't have to get money from a man who wants to have you as a part of his legacy. Women cost money. A man who wants to be with a woman, because all of them don't, knows that. You do need to be verbal, because they're not mind readers, about what you're going through. Independent women are struck with a disease. And really, I think it's ego. For some reason, we think that we're supposed to pretend we're good at things that we're not. You may be really good at finances until your friend calls you up. There are these new shoes, and you need them. And it's really not practical for you to buy them right now. You're doubling down on your 401k, putting more money in your index funds. But these shoes are screaming your name, so you buy the shoes. So you're just a girl. Men are really good with the boring stuff of life. Let him lead. As a flower, you need good soil. A man, a generous man who loves you and wants you to be a part of his legacy, wants to leave everything to you, wants you to have his last name, wants to see his face in your children. You're not going to have to beg him to invest in you. A man has a hard time investing in a one-time thing, as he should. He should be smart. You should want him to be smart. A trick is a counterfeit from the devil. All the devil has for you is what the kingdom of God has for you.
Here goes the God talk. You know they're always going to mention God in their devilish ways. That's how they twist the words of the Bible. Now, it's funny to me because she says if you want to get money from a man, you must first ask, but you must seem like you're not working for it, like you're not for hire. But baby girl, you seem like you are for hire. The fact that you're asking for money in this particular way tells me, and lets the audience knows, you're for sale. Okay, you're for sale. Now, I also, shout out to her hairstyle. By the way, she's beautiful hairstyle. I like girls with a natural hair. She did a good job with her makeup and her lips. I'm curious what she looks like without makeup. You would never really know. You don't know what these girls are like without makeup. But, she seems like she has a good round head. Her teeth are white. So maybe she looks okay. But my thoughts are, women are training other women how to manipulate men for money. And it's funny because you guys don't treat your jobs this way. You don't manipulate your jobs for money. You provide a service for your job and you hope to get paid. And you're not getting paid the most a job can pay. It probably pays people more than it pays you. But you cooperate, you show up on time, and you do what you're supposed to do. Now, here's what I've realized from men and when it comes to men and women. Women view their jobs and their boss as their superiors, but they view men as their equals. And what happens is that the superior, aka their job, their boss, gets way better treatment. And their equals, they act like they could run shit too. And this is what happens. We have women that come and they want to work for us, get money from us, but they're our equals. You're not our equals if I'm paying you. You're below me, therefore I'm superior to you. Therefore, you need to cooperate, okay? Just something to think about. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting. She's talking about women that be asking for money. Take a look.
I couldn't be no man. A bitch asks me for money? Not a problem. But I'm going to keep an alcohol wipe on me just in case, like it's a knock. You ask me for $1,000? Sure, no problem. I'm taking my alcohol wipe and swiping the back of that neck. And if anything is other than the color white, bitch, you could get a kite and fly the fuck out my face and go home and take a shower. Stop asking for shit you don't need. You don't need no money, bitch. Well, if you need money for soap, I got you. Stop asking for a bag when you smell like a bag of shit.
Damn. You know what? I'm going to go buy some wet wipes. I'm going to buy some wet wipes so I can slide a wet wipe on the back of her neck. And if I see something brown, I ain't getting down, bro. She getting the hell up out of there, yo. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Anyway, here's a video of a guy telling us his non-negotiables and his boundaries, and a therapist breaks it down. Take a look. Hey, listen up, Safe Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
A few of my dating non-negotiables as a man with strict boundaries. These are my boundaries. You do what you want to do. These are mine.
Okay, so quick correction. Boundaries, standards, expectations, rules, and non-negotiables are not the same. Hello, my name is Dr. Raquel Martin. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, professor, scientist, and podcast host. And if you're here, you're here to learn. So let's break down what he's actually describing.
You give me your schedule and I plan a date. If for some reason you're busy on that day and you can't make it, it is up to you to give me the day that you're free or your next availability.
That's actually a boundary. It guides his behavior. He's not going to chase you. You need to reschedule. Don't like the language.
You ask me in our first few dates for nail, hair, shoe money, you're clipped.
That's not a boundary, that's a standard. He's saying what he looks for in a partner. Again, don't like the language.
If by the third or fourth date, you don't at least offer to buy a round of drinks or treat me to the next one, you're clipped. You're not a vibe, you're a bill. I would never let you pay, but at least offer.
Again, that's a standard. It's about how he evaluates the other person. It seems super performative if you're not going to pay anyway, but whatever.
If I offer to pick you up or send you a car, you have a 5-minute window to get there.
That one's a rule. He set like a personal law for how long he'll wait. 5 minutes and he'll pull off.
If we cannot do an active date, all right, tennis, hike, workout, it's clipped.
That's just a preference. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not a boundary.
You like to go ghost for 2 and 3 days, or I find that you only respond when I text first, you're clipped. Ain't nobody that busy.
That's an expectation. He expects consistency in communication according to what his definition of communication and consistency is, not acknowledging all different types of communication styles and stuff like that.
Poor.
I got a real issue where all she's doing is labeling what he's talking about, but she's not addressing exactly what he's talking about. If you're going to be a therapist, you're going to break down what someone's talking about, and you're just going to go into semantics and words and language. What the hell was the point? Like, I'm digging some of the things he's saying. These are some good rules, negotiations, non-negotiable boundaries and standards. And, I think we should all move similar to this. Like, yeah, if you don't want to go for something, an active day, like hiking, fishing, running, a workout, yeah, you're clipped. I don't want to F with you either. I agree with him on that. Yeah, if you don't offer to pay after a couple times going out to date, yeah, you're clipped. I'm with that too. And yeah, if I'm waiting for you for more than 5 minutes outside your crib, I'm supposed to pick you up and you're still not there, you're clipped. Like, these are some good ideas, but she don't address that. And it just shows me, and it lets me and you both know, that women overall, their job in the world is just to be a contrarian at times to us and correct us and let us know what we're doing is wrong. But God forbid we critique them, it's all hell on earth. It's all hell on earth, right? And so this therapist is no different. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Job market is so bad. Y'all tell me why I just applied to be a special agent for the FBI. Because at this point, it is what it is.
The job market's tough, and women out here, they can't find jobs. So, hey, whatever. If you see an opening, just apply for it. Maybe you will get lucky. Probably not. Probably not. Here's another video. Take a look.
A lot of women think that texting a man first equals pursuing him. Calling a man first means pursuing him. Letting him know that you would like to see him means you're pursuing him. No, you're simply showing interest, and any man that is interested in pursuing you will take that as a green light, and they will begin the process of pursuit. Pursuit is when you begin to try to make the plan for him, when you begin to try to influence him to do what he wouldn't do naturally because you want him to do it. That becomes pursuit. But as a woman, in all of your being and all of your femininity, it's okay for you to display interest and not lose anything. Because you're interested doesn't mean you're pursuing. It's much like when you see him and he sees you. As a woman, you don't want to walk up to him, but you want him to know that you're interested. What do? You smile. You're warm. You're airy, but you're showing signs of interest so that he knows it's safe to approach you and pursue you.
Did anyone learn anything here? Like, she just talked, and it's kind of like a bunch of word salad. Like, I guess she thinks she's saying something. Like, I don't get it. On the screen, it says you don't have to pursue a man to show him you're interested, but once you display interest, if he doesn't respond in pursuit, he doesn't like you. How can you determine if I don't like you for that reason? Let me tell you something. The way it works with women nowadays is even if you like them, it should not that should not be a determinant of what your behavior should be. That shouldn't influence you. That shouldn't be a guide to what your behavior is. If anything, if you like a girl, you got to feign disinterest. You have to. Because I'm going to tell you like this. A girl could ghost you, cut you off, stop taunting you, lose interest just because you play with your cards up and let her know, hey, look, these are my feelings. You can't do that. So oftentimes you got to hide your feelings. And girls say they want you to be vulnerable. Be emotionally vulnerable with them. But the minute you are, they mistreat you. So you got to be a cold player. You got to be ice cold. Anyway, this video is interesting as well. Take a look.
Fear, one of the worst things I've done is prove to my husband that I can work and like successfully at that. And I keep seeing all these videos of like, hey babe, can't pay the mortgage this month. And every man is like, what mortgage? Like, you don't pay that. Do you even know what that is? Like, you have never paid it, or you haven't paid it in years. And like, where'd you get one of those? Where'd you find that one? Because I wanted to make that video, but my husband would laugh in my face, and I couldn't post it because that would be embarrassing.
So here's a girl who went to med school of some sorts, right? She's working in the medical industry. I don't know what that says. APRN. I don't know. Medical whatever. I don't know what that is. But she works in the medical field, right? She got a smock on. And she's married. Shout out to her. Congrats to her. And she wanted to make... She's a popular video going around of women saying, you know, and they're... I guess there's a hidden camera, and they go up to their husband, hey, I can't afford, you know, mortgage, or I can't afford the rent this month. And he's looking at her and says, yeah, well, you never pay that anyway. And so she's relieved that she doesn't have to contribute, or she's kind of flexing that she's never contributing. This girl says she's jealous, and this is the monkey see, monkey do, keep up with the Joneses type of thing that girls get into. Even though she went to school, it was her decision to get a job, be able to have independence, she's upset that she can't depend on a man, because her husband has to depend on her to help make the mortgage. And so she can't make the hidden cam video that all these girls are making on TikTok. She can't follow the trend. You know, girls are trendy. They like to follow trends. Here's a wife, and she's talking about her life too. Take a look.
You wouldn't have all that if it weren't for your husband. Yeah, no shit. I didn't marry a fucking loser. Get yours to work harder. What do you want from me? It's a Wednesday afternoon. I just finished drinking a mimosa and mowed the lawn. I'd hate me too. You wouldn't have.
Oh, so here's a girl who husband provides for everything, but she stays at home and drinks and does housework and even cuts the grass. I think that's pretty satisfying. You know, it's funny. You don't usually hear women saying that they cut the grass. Maybe she takes out the trash too. Okay, maybe she's a good wife and she washes the clothes and does the dishes, right? And gawk 3000. Okay. Now, for every time I post men that understand, there's always going to be a simp out there trying to bring us down. And this is what most women think I should be. They think I should be whipping men into shape, letting them know that they're not good enough and that women are correct, that women are right. But I ain't going to do that. So this is my arch nemesis. Take a look.
You're not getting laid because you don't take the load off her. She always got the kids. You never take the kids. You know, the house is always a mess. You don't clean it. You just sit down and you think you're king and you say, oh, I pay all the bills. That's it. Take the load off her. Me, personally, I hired cleaners. Or you're like, oh, well, I don't have it like that. Yeah, you do. You buy beer. You buy liquor. Rearrange your budget. It's $150 every 2 weeks. Yeah, you got that. Shut up. Yeah, you do. And if you don't, then clean. But if you do, rearrange your budget. Because you do. Take the load off. Take the load off. Take the kids. Put them in Taekwondo or something. They care. I don't care. You don't got it like that? Put them outside in the park. Yeah, you do. You just don't make the time. You got time to sit and watch. You know who's coming up on football, but you don't know that little kid has a dentist appointment. How about you, instead of her making a phone call to the dentist appointment, you make it. Call the doctor. Do you have the chart app on your phone? No, you don't.
So, you know, this video is actually very popular. Women has 12,000 comments. And, you know, this is that sissy man, bati man type of thing that men get online and do, the Derek Jackson kind of dance. And they shame men because the assumption is nothing's wrong with women, everything's wrong with men. Now, here's the reality. Something's wrong with both of us, men and women. Let's tell the truth, okay? But if I have to pick who is the obvious wrong person, it has to be women in this whole mix, right? If the wrong gender is because they're not ultimately not getting what they want. We have all these women who are quote unquote high value, earning the kind of money they want to earn, but they're still single, right? And I get it. Look, we were lied to too, right? We all thought that we got to go to college, we all had to do this, and we followed those rules and found out that this is what our oppressor told us, right? The truth of the matter is we probably should have built families and then thought about schools as an afterthought, okay? But that's neither here or there. But this guy disregards all that. He disregards all that. He says the blame is on the men. Women have a right to not sleep with you, right? But you don't have a right to not pay the bills. Like, women have a right not to, you know, honor their vows. But you don't have that. In fact, you got to do more. Not only the vows, you got to do more. You got to wine and dine. You got to kiss her ass. You got to be a brown noser. And I disagree, and I'm sure you most men disagree as well. So good luck to him. I mean, I'm glad that he's getting traction from, you know, making women seem like they're perfect and they don't do anything wrong. But I guess we don't see things the same way. Anyway, here's a video about what other women, well, this girl is trying to give advice to women about dressing and stuff. I thought it was pretty interesting. Take a look.
Ladies, never lose your spark. Like, I might not be the cutest thing on the block, but I put on a little blush and I'm gonna put on a little blouse and I'm gonna put on a little heel, no matter how I feel, because why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, to present yourself as a lady every day can get so exhausting. I understand, but the key to all of that is honestly getting rid of all of your boy clothes. If you get rid of all of your boy clothes, you have no reason but to step out. I was looking in my wardrobe the other day and I'm like, I'm just trying to go to my mom's house just to hang out. Go to my mom's house just to hang out. I look, and typically I would have like some t-shirts, some sweats, something. Now, I have sweatpants. Don't get me wrong. I definitely have sweatpants. But I didn't have any like lounge wear, if that makes sense. Lounge wear that is like presentable for the fall, summer. So I had to put on a black picnic dress, like a random slip-on dress. And even though I didn't feel like dressing up, but this little small slip-on dress did what it needed to do. Everybody was like, oh my God, you look so cute. Literally hair in a ponytail, but I had the dress on. Like that.
Can you imagine that? This lady, and I want to cut her off because, you know, I thought it's funny she said it's exhausting, you know, presenting yourself like a lady. And it's just so interesting how men, we've always had to work hard up to this point, you know, build the world, build cities, build buildings, right? Build stuff. And women, they're no longer working as labor intensive. Now you get to do your hair, do your makeup, and even they're frustrated with that. So here's a video of a woman saying, you know, hey, let's find ways to just be lazy and not have to keep up with ourselves so much. Which I get it, makes somewhat sense. But it just kind of shows you where the world really is right now. Where we've made the world more convenient for women, softer, easy, more relaxing. And instead of appreciating it, they're getting more lazy. I don't know, something to think about. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.